the mother of one of our hard-working petty officers on board Yorktown, and to the Stella Niagara students who have so nicely supported us throughout this deployment. As you know, our mission here in the Adriatic is to prevent weapons from getting into the former Yugoslavia. This on the surface may seem very routine, and on a day-to-day basis it pretty much is. However, we're very close to the coast of Yugoslavia, which requires that we always be on alert. And secondly, our boarding teams often are required to go aboard ships not knowing what to expect, and sometimes in weather that isn't very good. What we do is we take information from ships that are coming into the Adriatic. We examine the papers and determine what kind of cargo they're carrying and where they're bound for. And if there's anything suspicious about the cargo or where they're headed, we send boarding teams aboard to search the ship and make sure that there are no weapons that are going into Yugoslavia that will aid in continuing what is already a horrible situation there. More importantly than this, though, is not the single mission that is being done by Yorktown here in the Adriatic. It's the fact that at this time of year and around the entire year, there are servicemen, sailors, soldiers, and airmen in the Persian Gulf, in the Caribbean, in Somalia, in Korea, the Adriatic, across the Mediterranean, and all around the world who are protecting the freedoms of democracy, the freedoms that we've come to take for granted, and the opportunities that we are allowed to pursue that we've also come to take for granted. The people who have given of themselves to spend these holidays and other times of the years away from their families, that have come to sacrifice to protect these freedoms, get a lot out of the support that you provide them and the appreciation that you show them. It means a lot to everybody on this ship today, over the holidays, and year-round. I want to thank you very specifically for your support. And I thank you for everybody on the ship. We've gotten a lot of letters from around the world supporting us over these holidays, and it means a lot to everybody. In closing, I'd like to read you just an excerpt from a speech which captures what I think it's all about, why we're out here, and why it's important that we be here, even when our loved ones are enjoying holidays separate from us. What most Americans don't seem to understand is how fleeting and rare freedom actually has been throughout history. Nothing lasts forever in this world. We have become spoiled by 200 years of liberty. Particularly the post-World War II generation have no concept of sacrifice and the incalculable cost of freedom. This ignorance, born of complacency, is dangerous for us all. Too many Americans are ready to trade their freedom for security, even a false security. We are privileged to be here today because of the intelligence, love of freedom, and the courage of our forefathers. We must never forget the tens of millions of American men and women who answered the call of service to protect these freedoms, nor the hundreds of thousands who made the supreme sacrifice. They left us a heritage that is the envy of the free world. To do so would be a breach of faith, and to not preserve it could change civilization as we know it today. I think that's what it means to all of us being out here during the holidays and around the calendar. And I think it's important for folks at home to realize why we're out here. It's not a single mission. It's to preserve our democratic way of life. And again, I say thank you to you for your support and for helping to make this time of the year a little more easier for us being away from our loved ones. The crew on here has prepared a great tour of the ship for you, and I hope you enjoy it. And I want to make sure that you understand you're all welcome to come down and tour Yorktown at any time when we get back to the States after February 1st. Thank you very much.
We'll talk to some of the professionals that make this ship so successful. The USS Yorktown was commissioned on the 4th of July in 1984. It's the second Aegis Cruiser built. Its hull number is 48. So we're going to go around and look at some various interesting items on the ship, and we'll get some of the professionals to point out some of the equipment that they're proud of working on. So let's take a look. Staying outside the pilot house, we're about to go go inside. This is where we steer the ship from, and this is where the officer of the deck and the conning officer make the decisions on whether to make a left turn or a right turn and what kind of actions to take for any possible emergencies. It's a very important place, so we're going to go in here and give you a little look at what it's like to be on the pilot house when the ship's underway. Let's take a look. Our ship's control console on our pilot house with our steering expert, Seaman Getzendiner, and he's going to point out some of the items that he uses to do his job with. Getzendiner, take the show.
Okay, what we call the helm, or steering wheel on the ship. Right over here, we have our steering compass, and right now we're at 2, 3, 5, where the arrow's pointing.
Yes, we do have.
That's how I know where we're going, our indication of where we're going. This little gold thing right here is called our magnetic compass. This tells our true heading. Right now it says 240. Totally is 5 degrees difference between the steering and the magnetic. It's called our helm. It's like a big steering wheel. As you can see right here, we have our rudder indicator.
No, it's a beehole.
I can move it left, right, well, right now right. We have our throttles.
Yeah.
This is what makes the ship go. You can stop and make the ship go fast. How fast it goes, I can't really say.
Is that essentially like the gas pedal of the ship?
Yeah, this is the gas pedal. It doesn't require foot power, it requires hand power. Press these buttons and move it up. Increase the speed. And go real fast. And that's our helm.
Thank you very much, Seaman Getzendiner. Let's go take a look at the plotting, the people that keep us going in the right places at the right time. We're standing over here by the chart table where they track our course and keep us where we need to be going. I'm standing here with Petty Officer Lewandowski. So, where are we headed?
Well, I'd like to say we're going to Hawaii, but I'd be lying. So, we're just operating in the southern Adriatic Sea.
Yeah, it's kind of overtaken. So we're close to Italy. We're close to pizza.
About 5.5 miles off the land.
Well, thank you very much. We're going to look at some other interesting items, shall we? Right now, I'm standing by the captain's chair. When the captain's up here, this is where he normally sits. It's a very nice chair, comfortable. Now you're probably saying, why are you sitting in the captain's chair? Well, that's because I'm ending my career right now. I'll probably go to jail right after this video. So, as you can see, only the captain sits in this chair. Anybody else that sits in this chair, they're finished. Right next to what we call Bright Bridge. And rather than try and explain to you what it does, I'm going to let Seaman White, our local expert here, give you a brief description of what Bright Bridge is for. Seaman White, take it away.
Well, Bright Bridge is an aid to the officer of the deck. It's kind of like a big Nintendo. It's got all the ships in the area off the radar on the screen, and we just try not to hit any of them.
Thank you very much. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Okay, we're going to move on to some other interesting and exciting items. It's not all. Over here we have the officer of the deck, Lieutenant Colby. Sir? Can I get you to explain your job and responsibilities for all our friends back in Yorktown?
Sure. Hi, my name is Lieutenant Colby. I'm the officer of the deck. Quite simply, I drive the ship for the captain when the captain's not on the bridge. Basically responsible for the safety of the ship and all the crew aboard. Pretty simple, but it's a big responsibility.
Now we're about to go into the computer room. Now when you think about computers, you're probably picturing a little TV monitor and a little keyboard, which are no doubt pretty neat computers. But we're going to show you some real computers. These are the computers that I was talking about. But rather than me try and explain what they can do and try and put them in terms that's easy for you to understand, I'm going to let you meet our resident expert, Petty Officer Kuzmatko. Take it away, Super Tech.
What we got over here is just 3 basic computers that run a whole show. We got one computer way over there in the corner, which is dedicated strictly running our radar computer, which is our eyes. It runs the radar is what runs the whole of the combat systems you see walking on the ship. Pretty much it.
I'm standing outside what we call dispersing. This is where we come to cash our checks to get money for whatever we want to buy. Any kind of items out there that we want to buy.
Hey, I got some free money for you.
Are you trying to tell me that without questions I can just take that cash and I can have it?
Sure, it's money giveaway day.
Well, actually I have some money in my pocket. I really don't need it, but maybe later?
Okay, suit yourself.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
The expression, a healthy body, a healthy mind. Well, this is where the crew members come to get a healthy body, our ship's gym. Go ahead and take a look there, Mr. Cameraman. Very on.
I'm Petty Officer John Lewandowski. Up to this point, I've been the cameraman, but I decided to give Iceland Martins a break. So, as you can see, I'm wearing the latest in Bosnian winter fashion. But right now, I'm going to give the show over to GMM3 Smith. He's going to give a demonstration and a brief overview of the guns we have on board the Yorktown.
True, I am a gunner's mate on board USS Yorktown. At this time, I'd like to show you a little bit of the weaponry we have on board. This is a .45 caliber pistol. This is a very dangerous weapon, and you want to take caution in using this. It's very simple to use. Cock the slide back, put in your round, your magazine, and you're ready to go. Taking this apart quite a bit lately, and actually I've showed somebody, Lewandowski here, how to take this apart, and it's time I'd like to show you how to do that. Since you know how to do it there, John, I'd like you to demonstrate to me how you can put this thing back together.
All right.
What are you doing?
I can't do it right unless all the pieces are in the right place.
My gosh. I see, you know. Do things on me tonight. Tight. I am impressed, John. I am impressed. But let me tell you a little secret. I'd like to show you how us gunners mates do this. It saves a lot of time. As you can see, here's all the pieces laid out again. Now, instead of getting my hands all dirty, this time I want to show you how we usually do it. It saves a lot of time. I'm going to place all this in here. Show you a little magic trick. To the right, to the left, keep hokey pokey. And abracadabra.
Red.
Now look at that.
Hey, how do you do that?
Pretty amazing. I'm going to show you some of the other weapons here in the armory. Here's the M14 to you. This is better known as a sniper rifle in the civilian world. It is a quite accurate gun. Shotgun? Oh, I can show you a shotgun. Build strip, this is a little more complicated.
That's okay.
This is a Remington 870 shotgun. One of the ones you use on board here at the Yorktown.
So that
The
is
M60, you saw Lewandowski holding. This is a longer range weapon. It's fully automatic.
Is that the same gun that Rambo used in one of those movies?
Same gun Rambo uses in the movies. Yes, it is, pretty much. This is a very dangerous weapon, and you must use extreme care while handling this weapon.
It's fully automatic, right?
It's fully automatic. It has a tripod to set up. There's your shoulder to cushion the recoil as you're shooting.
So when Rambo walked around shooting that, that was pretty much unrealistic?
Rambo is very unrealistic. We also have Mark 79 grenade launcher.
Ooh.
Which we use to shoot grenades. You place a grenade in here, automatically loads itself, cocks itself, and you're ready to go.
That no guns are toys, and you should not be treated as such. Choose caution whenever handling guns, and make sure your parents or some other form of supervision is available when you are using weapons. This tour's kind of made me hungry, so we're here in the mess line. I'm going to grab me a tray and some silverware, and we're going to hop into the old chow line and grab us something to eat. Come on.
Oh.
Great Yorktown meal. Fine Navy day.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Have some Creole mac, please. Let's try some gravy, some rice and some gravy on it, please.
Grease on there, chicken.
Okay. Outstanding.
Enjoy your meal now.
Look, see this? Makes you hungry, doesn't it? Hope you're seeing this movie after lunch. You'll be really hungry.
Put that cake down.
Oh, it's cake.
Here I am.
Let's go find a seat. What should I have? Should I have milk, tea, or some juice? We'll go with tea today. Come on. Well, that is probably well, you see they got the salad bar. Ah, they have cheese. Let's try a little cheese on mine. Chewing that, kid. And a little more. Little dab will do it. Let's try to see. Let's try this first plate of it. Outstanding. Highlight of my day every day, going to chow. I can always look forward to getting something good and tasty. That meal was so good I had to come back here and thank the person who made it. This is MS3 Finn. He's one of our mess specialists that does all the cooking back here.
Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, it gets pretty hot back here, but you know, with all the steam, you know, keep the food pretty warm. Yeah, we got some
Beans.
simmered beans. We'll put on the line right now. Let's take a look. Kelly?
Field trip.
We had some closed spinach right here that was left over from lunch.
You're going to sit there right there all this hour.
We just put on the line. The crew just loves it.
Cool, I love this.
A steamer. Make up like rice and blanched vegetables for the line. Right here, we got some small. These are steamed kettle jackets. All these things make the steam go away from these jackets here. It makes everything hotter. Like the main dish was like beef stroganoff we had for lunch.
Very good beef stroganoff.
Wow, thank you very much.
Look at this here, this is gravy, right?
Yes, this is chicken gravy. We took the juices from the chicken and made up stock. Added a little water to it, flour. There you go.
Only if this is smell-o-vision. It smells like a dream back here. Well, that's all we have right now for the galley, so let's move on. Take your left.
Anytime.
I'm back. Just want to cue on a little thing here. These are the ovens. Kind of skipped over that last time. Get very, very hot. This is like what your mom uses at home, only slightly bigger. As you can see, we got 4 trays of chicken. Probably about 30 chickens each on those trays. Let me tell you, those chickens will be very much appreciated by the crew.
Now we're in the berthing compartment, or what you can call our giant bedroom. Right now I'm in what we call the combat systems berthing compartment. There are over 90 of my shipmates live down here in this berthing compartment. What I wanted to show you, what I want you to appreciate is the fact that one thing that's a very strong consideration in the Navy is the conservation of space. In other words, we want to make the best use out of all the room that we have, which isn't really that much. So here, these are what we call our racks, or you can basically say this is our bed. Now, of the many rules that we live by here in the Navy, one big rule is you never, ever get into your rack with your clothes on. But I'm going to get in here briefly just to show you how tight our living conditions are here. As you can see, there's only so much room. Now, inside here is a storage room for, well, all my different clothes, my civilian clothes and my military uniforms. also have another locker. All in all, there's about 20 to 25 cubic feet. As you get more advanced in math, you'll get a good idea of how much room that is. So that's it for the amount of space we have here to sleep with. And
the forecastle, and we're going to demonstration of how the 5-inch gun elevates and rotates. With me here, GMG2 Morlet. He's going to explain a little bit of the operation.
Okay, this is our 5-inch 54 Mark 45, as he said. Basically, it fires 20 rounds a minute, and each individual round weighs around 70 pounds, which is about 10 bowling balls. In a minute, we're going to get ready to train and elevate, so you guys can see the operation, how the gun moves. And basically, that's about it.
Well, hope you enjoy it.
Whoa.
The 5-inch up on the forecastle, and I'd like to thank you, Petty Officer Morlet. And hi, I'm standing outside CIC, which means Combat Information Center. That's the brain of the combat USS Yorktown. This is where everything takes place. We decide to shoot missiles and evaluate threats. We're going to step inside, and I'll show you how exactly we do that. Cool, huh? Well, that's Combat Information Center. Let's move on. We're going to sneak in and take a peek. This is it. We're inside the Admiral's cabin. Pretty nice looking, huh? This is the pantry. Slightly smaller than the galley we were in earlier, isn't it? Well, that was the Admiral's cabin. What'd you think? Sort of like a hotel, huh? Takes many years in the Navy and lots of hard work to get a room like that. As you can see, it's much different from the wrecks, the beds we stay in back home, isn't it? Much nicer. Hi, I'm standing just inside the Central Control Station, which is CCS, which is the brain of the engineering plant. It's where we control our engines and our fuel and everything from. We're going to go outside and talk to an expert because I really can't explain it. Let's go. This is the specialist I was telling you about. This is Petty Officer Gimbal. He's going to go through all the little consoles and stuff inside CCS.
How you doing, kids? Like you said, this is central control. This is where we control all of our engineering plant from. This console in the front, this is where we control the propulsion. This is where we control where the ship gets through the water, how we move. This console over here is the one that controls our electricity. This is how we keep the lights on. So that everybody's got their electricity. Over on this side, you follow me.
Field trip.
This is our gas tank. This is where we keep track of how much fuel we have on board. And this one over here, on the left, is where we pay attention to the space temperatures
all throughout the ship and how much water is in the lower part of the ship, our bilges. We're watching for flooding and fires over there. We stand the watches down here and we make sure that everybody on board stays safe and that the lights stay on and that the ship still moves through the water.
Amber Day.
Merry Christmas, Near Ollie. Appreciated your Christmas card. It brought me a lot of happiness. Thank you.
Thank you, Petty Officer Kimball. That was very interesting, and I look forward to seeing you again.
See you around.
I'm at medical right now. Not one of my favorite places. Considering I need a shot. Dr. Al about it, but we won't mention that, will we? Let's go inside and check things out, all right? I can tell you about medical.
I'm Agent 3 Wild. I'm the corpsman on the ship. My job is to make sure everybody stays healthy, nobody gets sick, and everybody is injury-free. As you look around, we have a refrigerator which we keep our shots. And we have our table where we put our patients down to examine them, make sure they are A-OK. And in the back here, in case we have any people that need to stay overnight, we have this very lovely, comfortable rack here, as you can see. I was just going over some supplies. This way we are good to go on this long cruise and make sure we're not short on any kind of supplies. And it just so happens, Professor Lewandowski, I was looking through your record and I noticed you need a shot. And I just had this one prepared. So if you would assume the position, I'd like to give you that shot. Are you ready?
Yeah?
All right, here we go.
You told, didn't you?
You should be able to walk in about 2 more weeks, okay? You have no problems, come back.
Thanks, Doc. Hey, we're in the general workshop right now. This is where they make all the stuff we need up on the ship for damage control and various things, doors and fittings and stuff. We're going to talk to MR2. In case you're wondering why I'm wearing these goofy goggles, because it's dangerous down here and you protect your eyes. There's little pieces of metal flying around, different pieces of machinery. Well, let's move on to MR2. MR2? Explain what you're doing.
Hi, doing it. Well, I'm trying to make one of these pieces right here to use for the hatch, like the doors for the hinges. I'm making a new one out of a piece of metal right here that's on the lathe, and I'm trying to cut it just exactly the same thing just like this one. I'm also the man that they look for when they need some nuts and bolts made up and all kinds of stuff like that. It's a fun job, you know. Got a lot of stuff learned on this job.
Well, thank you very much. I'm in the TV. Hey, someone let me on the TV. How do you get in here? Let me out. Aladdin? Jasmine, hi. Let me on the TV. I gotta get on the TV. This is weird. Let me out, please, please. We're in CCTV, which means closed circuit television. We just call it Sight TV because that's what the system's called. Now we're gonna talk to the expert. Wait, I work in here. I'm the expert. Well, as you can see, we have 4 VCRs playing, just like the ones you have at home. You push play, and they play. Now, if you want to watch a different channel, push the buttons right here.
Looks have got no parallel.
Kind of fair facade. She's rather
Or play both.
very different from the rest.
Pretty cool, huh? Now, we have lots of movies here. All these drawers are filled up with movies. Did I hear someone saying that that's not a lot of movies, just those drawers? That's not all we have. There's no way you have this many movies. There's one cabinet. No, that's not all. That's not all. 2 cabinets. Over 800 movies. We have a lot to show on board. Keep us going for 6 months. Now, these aren't your regular movies. These are betas. As you'll notice, they're much smaller than the VHS movies we have. Oh, that's about it for Sight TV.
Tour of the ship, and now I'm going to leave you with a few minutes of different various clips that we have of the ship and some of the missile shots and some of the different things we have in our video library of the ship. So I'm going to throw these clips on here, and that'll pretty much be it on this tape. I'm looking forward to meeting you in the future when you come out to the ship and do a hands-on tour. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and a Happy Valentine's Day. And thanks again for all the letters. And Hi Gerald, hi Christine. I hope you enjoyed the video. You take care now. Bye-bye.